Cancer. You and Capricorn are the last two signs to be done. But just in the Sagittarius reading, Cancer's influence came up pretty heavy. So that was my indication that you all are next. Shuffle these a little different. These interesting ass readings so far. This deck, this Wild Unknown Archetype deck, I've been saying for the signs, it does take me to a different place. They have they connect me to the part of my consciousness that it gets invasive, gets in your shit, and it doesn't really, it doesn't let you hide. Even reading, if I were to pick one and, you know, to, you know, just see how it may relate to me, I end up feeling attacked with my own interpretation. It's like, okay, yeah, then you're doing what you're supposed to do. Here we have the prayer at the bottom. Now, y'all want to be hard-headed like some of the other signs. I was only intending to get 3 cards. I'm going to show you what we got, though. Two of them came out together. Well, 3 of them came out together, but the way that they're sitting, we have the Venom, the Storm, the Hunter in reverse, as well as the Animal in reverse, and the Comic. I'm getting comic relief. It's like there is this ability you have to really go there. And by the time you go there, it's gone too far. And, you know, you do so much to be on the end of the comic. You know, it's, the prayer is almost like, shit, appropriately, the mask. It's almost as if, you know, don't let me lose my shit. Just let me keep calm. Just let me keep the peace, right? Because you have the ability to give people the storm and also give them the venom. Cancer is one sign that I have seen nasty nice. And what I mean by that, everybody's got the ability to be nasty nice. But it's like, when given a certain level of provocation, what is not normal for them to bring out this animalistic nature, it does come, okay? It's like you really don't want to have to go there and bring out this instinctual, primitive type of dealing with people. But if you have to, you know how to get in there and really give a damaging blow. The Storm and the Venom lend way for me. Your water cousin, the Scorpio. You all are tapped into this ability. You, Scorpio and Pisces, have that ability to really just take it too far. And this is why you would like to chill, you know, be the comic, be the lighthearted energy in the room. You do align with that energy of the mother. And so that has kind of been, whether it was the mother energy that came through for Taurus, or that flight energy of the Chariot that came through. I've never seen that energy of the Chariot indicate flight or taking off in a way to avoid certain things, and more so to head into things that they were newly prepared for, and finally making that willful decision to do so. It is a sense of victory. But in that context that it came up was flighty, not flighty like, oh, you're a flake. It's, I need to remove myself before I go to fuck off. So with the Pisces energy, here is that prayer, but also the mask that hides what's underneath and what you're praying to preserve. So I'm gonna whew. So what I'm gonna do is pick up 3 stones from the rough, because these are rough energies here. And the comic, I'll do the tumbled, and for the prayer, I'll bring the refined stone, because that will be the strongest energy that you actually have towards reserving your good-hearted nature. And it seems like the provocation is not unwarranted. I think it's supposed to bring it out, because, you know, people assume that cancers are very sweet, and for that reason they treat them a certain way. So it's come a time where that's not going to fly anymore. That's not going to be the norm. Like, once, you know, you have a mother that's at home or whatever, if somebody provokes the mother, ain't none of this shit gonna be right. The home is not gonna feel right. She's what makes the house the home. It's the father archetype can get a house, but the mother archetype creates a home. If somebody messes with your babies, if you're parents, if you're not parents, it doesn't matter. Something that is yours, or you feel a sense of nurturing towards, or have this heartfelt affinity towards, if somebody fucks with it, this is where that storm, that venom, this animalistic hunter nature does come out with a vengeance. We have the solar plexus energy on top of venom. We also have, for storm, the heart. All right. The hunter. Throat chakra. That piece last will lie. For the comic, the root. So you have, you have a very decent nature about you, as far as, and I say decent with the comic in mind. It is a relief. Your strongest element, the strongest chakra that you're going to use is your heart. And this is what keeps things intact, because without this prayer to keep the heart in check, it is what holds the storm from the external world. It's very much internal to keep this at bay, because willfully you are on the brink of actually bringing this out of you. If you bring this out of you, they're going to get the storm. So if it not for the refining that you've done to your own heart space, and it could have been people in your wake that have experienced this storm part of you, the hunter part of you, the animal and venom part of you. Okay, these are on the less evolved end of Cancer energy. The part of Cancer that does do harm. Cancer, Mars and Cancer type of energy will feel backed into a corner and will react like this. And there's other Cancer placements too that are not as debilitated as Cancer, Mars and Cancer, but will have the ability or have the instinctual sense to, they'll get the fuck on. They'll flee a situation if it becomes too conflictual, because of the ability to bring the storm that I don't even think you, as the Cancer person or the person with Cancer in your chart, has seen the full girth of. But very clearly here we have the venom and we have the storm, and these two are indicative to me of Scorpio energy, where you will take things to the darkest parts, the recesses of you, and really it can shake your core. With this comic here, it'll be like, it'll be so scary that it's funny, funny to you, not funny to whom it is concerning. Okay, it's like you get to the point where your cages have been rattled to the point of delirium, and it becomes so funny to you that this is occurring, that they don't know what's happening next. And that is the scary part, Cancer. I have these readings are like a first, as far as what I've seen is capable with some of these signs, or the symbolism that I'm getting with some of these signs. It's getting to the point where your heart has been fuck with beyond belief. The things that you love and that you stand for are really being, really being challenged. And as I say that, I see the Five of Pentacles being challenged to the point of no return. And it's like the moment I release this energy on whomever is near me or whoever it relates to, there's going to be hell to pay. There's going to be severe repercussions for taking me out of my place of prayer, taking me out of my place of peace, and forcing my hand to show you all of which I'm made of. You really don't want to know that dark side of the moon is what I'm getting. Damn. It's like everybody misunderstanding the importance of the mother role, the archetypical mother role, right? And they think that dad's in control of the household and stuff like that. And then something happens and they see that even the father bows down to the mother. You know, she has a certain level of influence and say because of how severe it has gotten, that she has to come out of her character in order to show people what she's made of or what she's standing for, or what that she means what she says, and she says it for a reason. This is giving me very distinct where the roles for a moment switch, and even the parental figure that is paternal has to recede in her wake, because she's coming through like a storm herself and really setting things straight, to the point where everybody is sitting at the table eating quiet and looking at each other like, did y'all expect that to happen? Did y'all see that coming? Well, I've never seen that before. Like, where did that come from? It came from now Cancer, you got me in this energy. It came from the days, the weeks, the months, the years of constant disrespect, disregard, lack of consideration, not seeing, not recognizing the efforts, the work, the care, the concern, everything that was given, everything that was, it's like, I can't say shit. I do this, and this is Cancer, right? I do this because this is what a good person does. I do this because this is what taking care of another person is all about. This is why I invest the way I do. This is why I give the way I do. This is why I love the way I do. But you did not earn it. You ain't did shit to get what I'm giving. But I give it to you because that's how I'm made. But at any moment, I only give you what you're deserving of versus what I naturally do. You're going to feel it. I don't have to do shit, but I choose to do it. There's a difference between choice and obligation. My obligation is to meet these basic needs. But my choice has been to go above and beyond in certain ways. And that has not been recognized. And this is why a person may snatch back their energy or snap at somebody who is ignorant to what has really been going on or what their contribution really is. It's you don't want to be on the other end of this storm, baby. You just don't. Wow, Cancer. See, I shit you not. I'm reading what I'm reading. I'm feeling what I'm feeling, and I know Scorpio had something to do with this. It's like you got a pep talk from the cousin. Like y'all had it's like you almost got advice from the homie, you know, and here you go. when I say you got advice from the homie, how would you handle this situation, or how else could I handle the situation? It's like, hey man, you just got to go to the dark side. You got it in you. You always had it in you, but they just don't know. They just don't know until you show them. Like Scorpio been and sitting here telling you the whole time. Eight of Wands. Like when that storm comes, by the you got a certain amount of time to run for cover, to get in that bathroom with the mattress on top of you. When that tornado hit, you got a certain amount of time to get in that cellar, that basement. I'm from the Midwest. Tornado season is a real thing. Don't forget. The yellow brick road reference came up for another sign, right? So don't forget that Dorothy ass got swept up in a tornado. And it took her somewhere she didn't know where the fuck she was. And there was a lot of weird shit going on. So they really don't want to be in the realms of where Scorpio resides. Then you got this Sagittarian energy. You just came up in their energy. You know what I'm saying? So now we see this blending. We see this. And this is why I tell people they will harp on the fact they are a specific sign. And without even knowing natal charts and your with all of what is in those placements, your personal horoscope, which is a specific date, time, and location, it is very evident that these signs, these influences, these astrological celestial bodies, they're talking to one another. They're having conversations. So the moon and Pluto is sitting here discussing how they gonna help, the Pluto is discussing with the moon how they gonna handle this motherfucking situation, and Jupiter with this Sagittarian influence is sitting here like, well, it to make it fair, you know, some shit's out of balance, it's out of whack, but you know, temperance is where it's about temper and temperament, right? And when you're in balance, these types of things occur. And this is showing that something has gotten pushed too far. Eight of Wands. It's been a very persistent, very evident disregard, disrespect, pushing. And here goes Pisces. But also Cancer. When I fucking said the water cousins and y'all link up, y'all done linked up. Y'all done linked up. And y'all have everything to do with the emotions. The same way that you are the prayer, you are the storm. This is Cancer, but I'm speaking to all water. At this point, the element of water is either a trickle or Katrina. Hurricane, tsunami, very destructive. Fire hoses, very destructive when placed on something that is soft and pliable. And people are taking this shit as a joke with the comic. They really don't know that comic relief or a way of taking it light is just your it's not a defense mechanism. It's a safety mechanism. They don't know what they're being saved from. Let them keep playing though. So I'm telling you, listen, I saw this card at the bottom. Y'all done linked up. Three of Cups and the Devil. I'm gonna sit that right there. I'm gonna sit that right there. Because that's an 18. This is the moon energy. No one knows the conversations, how deep they go when three people, you know, link up and they all have this same problem. How people underestimate who the fuck really in charge or what's really going on. And I'm not saying like you're in charge of the zodiac. What I'm saying is in any given situation you're in, you may be seen as the underdog. You may be seen as the underbelly. You may be seen as the soft one. You may be seen as a person that may not do shit, who don't call no shots or what have you. Okay. Is being tired of being sick and tired. Like they're gonna feel it. And that's all I can really, they're going to fucking feel it. You got the moon and you have the Sagittarian energy here with temperance. That is Jupiter. They're yielding. It's coming at them. Knight of Swords. They're just getting back what they've given. But it's coming all at once. And it's like they're going to feel like somebody did something to them. Like, not that they're not going to feel like this is energy that you've accumulated coming from them for so long. Like, what did I do to deserve this? Bring out your fucking list full of, it's not like you were keeping track, but it's stuff that you just can't forget. You just know that you've been through these occurrences with certain people and certain situations and certain circumstances, and it's like time and time and time and time and time again, and the shit is just, the bomb is ticking and the storm is about to blow. We have the Three of Cups. This is the Three of Cups that is more, I would say, what they're used to you being or used to you giving. It is a heartfelt, it is a sharing type of energy. This is enjoyment, okay? The dark aspects of the conversation that the water signs have been having amongst themselves, I'm talking about energetically. Okay, Neptune, Pluto, the moon, those are very, you have all different kinds of water, okay? And you have marshes, you have lakes, you have oasis, but you also have swamps. And you have very, very tricky bodies of water. You don't want to get caught in certain types of bodies of water, or even storms. Like, the things that lurk there are not something that you can navigate easily if you're not naturally water. So people think it's all just love and it's all just, cool, until they get the brunt of what's the term? Rancid water can do. We have the Four of Wands. I acknowledge. And this was underneath that Devil card, and I didn't pull it out. Ten of Cups. But this is the one that is the ideal, the one that's expected. But it's not the one that arrives. The other Ten of Cups is the one that you can actualize, that you can actually materialize and grasp in this consciousness. This one is the one that never really reaches fruition. We have the Sun at the bottom of the deck. And it's as coincidental as it is to have the Moon and the Sun here. It's just, when it comes to the newness, the new moon, new moon is down here. This is your root, right? And this is the full moon. This is your heart. We have this Sun here. And last year, no, it was this year, Cancer and Cap are doing these eclipse dances together. Dark side of the moon, baby. And with it being a new moon today, I feel like it's going to really solidify some shit. From the new moon in Cancer to the new moon in Leo, I mean, it's like, all right, this shit is going to come out animalistically. Not only do you have this lobster here, with, it's a crustacean, it gives me the crab vibes and stuff like that. But you have the animal and you have the hunter. And this is where now you have that pecking order, right? You have people who eat lobsters and eat crab and stuff like that. They just consume it. The Papado and all these different seafood places, Red Lobster, they're it's a sport. They do it for fun. But when they're on the ass end of getting their ass bit, clamp, now it's something else. They're being preyed on. but you just pray to be left alone. Like, I don't want to have to pull this mask on and give you this shadowy ass whooping, or pull it off and expose myself for what other side of me that I actually have. You know what I'm saying? And what I say by mask on is because, you know, in all the shows and things like this, is when people put on the mask that they come out with these abilities and they show this other side of themselves, whether hero or villain. And it's when the mask is off that their normal, typically normal self, which they portray themselves to be, which is far from normal. They feel more themselves with the mask on. But if you have to, if if you're forced to put on your mask and they really see the hunter in you and they really see the animal in you, the primitive you, they're not going, like, they're going to get bitten. They're going to get fucked up. And I don't think they're not ready. They're not ready, but it doesn't matter if they're ready or not, because the Chariot with this Knight of Swords is headed right towards the Death card. It's like you're taking them to their maker. Not physically, not harming anyone in a physical way. I had to put my paws on. My God, a little scrappy. But it's really to restore the sense of balance that home means to you, that brings you that sense of what that peace should be. And you have that Sagittarian influence, but you also have this the stability influence that is indicative of the Cancer 4th house. It's actually diagonally mirroring the Chariot card, and the Temperance Knight of Swords are mirroring. Death, Moon, 10 of Cups. There is this triad here that's showing that this has been one big ass optical illusion. Now you're starting to see that the foundation and the way that things have been going has been a fucking joke. Or now you're about to get the last laugh because they brought this out. They brought this on themselves. They thought shit was cool. They thought shit was gravy. But really, it was never okay. And just under the surface, you've been brewing and brewing and brewing and brewing. And it's made this dark energy that you have within you. You don't exercise it very often. But when it does come out, it's because things have gone too far. And then you end up doing something that is very rushed, or it seems like it came out of nowhere, like you were overreacting, when really you just burst a fucking levee. And the sun just sitting here. The sun's sitting here, just sitting. And then you have this Queen of Pentacles that's kind of looking like, "Aw, look at what I've done." You know, it had to be done. You know, I had to do it. It's really giving me like like everybody arguing at once and nobody can reach an agreement or anything like that, and you just blow your fucking lid. And after you're done, like, regurgitating all of this venom that has, you know, and it's just it's just sweeping around everything, and it's just, the energy is really high. It's like staticky. It's giving me like you could get electrocuted by how sharp this energy is just buzzing around everybody. And then when you're done, it's like, we will have peace and we will be cool and it will be okay. Now sit down, eat, shut the fuck up. And then you just sit and then you just get your drink. You're like, now, how was your day? Shooketh. Everybody is. Because how the fuck did that become this? Or this sweet energy, this kind energy, this innocent energy, this energy that everybody's been kind of looking over and just bypassing, assuming that it won't do shit, it ain't about that life. No. I've been protecting you from the life it could have been if I was in my full use of this on a consistent basis. We would have never gotten this far, and maybe that's the lesson. You've been putting this on the back burner. You've been not back burner. You know it's there, and it's that closet you won't open because of the stuff that's gonna tumble out. It's that it's that one drawer you don't clean out because of what all you know is in there, and you're also afraid to find out what's in there because it's been sitting there for so long, swampy. And it's not to talk about some kind of, there could be, the thing is, the longer it goes unnoticed, unchecked, undiscovered, the more festy that creation is underneath the storm, the venom that comes out. You have to be able to know what it's made of. You have to be able to know better than anybody else. They can't be the first. Like, by the time you take the action and make the move, now you're like, oh my God, what did I do? You have to be able to remedy whatever you inflict. If you bite somebody, but you don't have the antidote ready, your venom could do so much harm. They're not being cognizant or aware or responsible with what they've been spewing towards you. True enough, but you have a different obligation than they do to uphold the preservation of home, the things that make people comfortable, the compassionate nature of the heart itself. That's why you have storm, and you also had prayer, because just as equally, like there's power, immense power in each of those things. You'll be redefining by your actions and what happens next what home is going to mean. Okay? You're going to rearrange. You're going to throw some things out. You're going to keep some things. You're going to make things more precedent and set those guidelines in a way where there is no more guessing what's expected. I need this, 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 and this. And when these things don't happen, or when these things do happen that go against my boundaries, that go against the structure of home, or the peace of home, the peace of home. Structure would be more the Emperor, would be more the Aries or the Capricorn archetype. I will show you who's in charge. I will show you why I need things like this. And I'm asking nicely. So if I go beyond asking, I'm not asking no more. I'm telling you. It's not rhetorical. It's a command at this point. So I don't know what got into you, Cancer. And I'm not mad at it either. I just did not expect. I mean, you did come out in the last reading, in the Sagittarian reading, and you were just showing up. You know, and I spoke on you just a little bit, but the use of the energy between you and that sign, which these two cards are mirroring here, the Sagittarian influence is providing a sense of balance and safety with the home energy, and you're, as a Chariot energy, taking off and doing shit. You're about to inflict change and really affect some shit. Death, the moon, 10 of cups. They don't know what home is until Cancer puts their hands on it and really makes it, like, there will always be a sense of them. The situation, the business, the job, the whatever, clique, the group you hang out with, there will always be a sense of separation, or they'll feel the girth of you gone because your influence has been underrated for a minute. And this is what is about to change, because you're going to bring the storm to those who need to see it. Those who don't, they're going to be on the outskirts, but they'll feel the shift. They'll be away from harm, but they'll get the message. So I don't know if they're hearing it in passing, that you flipped out and did something. And I won't say flipped out like you went crazy or anything like that. When I mean flipped out is flipped out of this role and something switched in you. And it has created a buzz around this event, because I feel like it is an event. Like you're gonna show up and you're gonna show off and show out what was in. And you've been holding this in for a minute. So with this moon card, it's really going to release some stuff. And whom it gets released to, on, around, who it affects. Hey, whomever it needs to. Honestly, it's a correction energy. And those who have not, been disrespectful towards what you truly bring and what you truly offer will benefit from the changes that you're making. They will actually welcome it and they'll understand. And this is what you'll be able to sit back and laugh about, because they've kind of been wanting you to come out of this shell, of this catacomb, where you've kind of put the darker sides of you, in the crypt. Bring that shit out and let them see what these skeletons in this closet, how they got there. Like, you're really going to have to show. And it's not something you'll have to do very often. You do it once or twice, and it's not in succession. Very few, few and far between will you ever have to bring out this aspect of you, because it will now be a part of your blueprint. It'll now be a part of your signature. When you walk, when you talk, your vibe, it will announce, I'm unfuckwittable. So either you see it or you get bitten. Either you respect it or I show you what you're going to do in regards to me. It's a quiet control, because you're controlling yourself, and you have been with Temperance. You have been with the Chariot, just minding your business. But now it's asking you to speak up and speak out. And it's really asking you to bring down the hammer of death itself, which is the storm, which is the venom, which is the hunter and the animal, because they're just not getting it. So it's not asking you to bring physical harm to anybody, but I do feel like your household, your home, your family, your children, something has been affected. We have the blood in here with Temperance, and that is to me a card of sacrifice anyway. And it's above the Four of Wands, so nobody really knows how this has affected you in a psychological way with the moon, but it's threatened everything that you love. And so you're gonna have to show that this ain't what they thought it was. They think shit is cool with this Three of Cups energy, when they really been giving you this. And so you use that same type of energy to go confer with your dark side, your shadow side, those unevolved parts of you that really can do harm, that you tried so hard to put in a certain place, so therefore it won't filter into your everyday life and cause any havoc, when you really can go there toe to toe with others who use this type of energy. But you've been more responsible, and you're not being given the right respect or the credit for that. So I feel like you're gonna have to disrupt what people really feel is, oh, that's home, that's homie, that's cool, that's them, that's just how. No, there's a change here. There's a drastic change here, and you're ahead of it. You're the one making the change, because it's like you gave people enough time to do right by you, to acknowledge you, to be respectful, to, not push and provoke and keep playing. And they've taken this kindness and really just shit on it. And so the storm will come and correct what needs to be corrected. Damn, Cancer. I'm going to get out of here because this shit was intense. Oh my God. Thank y'all for the wonderful message. That was very colorful. I'll see y'all next time.